Welcome to another video. Today we are on the C250, the little scroll wheel that comes on these W204s. There's a little plastic molding that breaks on the inside over time, and it's just such a brittle piece of plastic. It breaks, and basically it loses contact with your little scroll wheel. And let's go ahead and hop in the car and I'll show you what I'm talking about. Here's the radio control unit. So when you move this left and right, you know, the inputs are supposed to move left and right. So you can see our red line here. When I move it left and right, it's supposed to choose different radio stations, but it doesn't. So the way I've been doing it is you can move the whole thing, right, and it goes, but that takes forever to choose your radio station. What we need to do is take this all out, and I'll show you what part we're replacing. I'll give you links in the description on what to buy and what's the part that needs to be replaced. Okay guys, so here, just pinch this leather shift knob, and it kind of just pops right out. Also be careful with that. This little thing that I'm twisting here, you kind of have to twist it to the left and it releases the knob and allows it to slide out. And I'm just putting it off to the side. And then next I'm pulling off the aluminum brushed metal looking plastic that was around the shifter. And I'm going to go ahead and unplug these wires as well. And put this also off to the side. You want to open up your armrest here. You'll pull this out. 25mm torque, you'll unscrew this. You're going to want to pick the top out. Alright, and next, this little wood trim, you'll also want to pop this off. This one was kind of tough to get in, so you can see the kind of grip that I took there. And there's two of these little metal clips on the top right and the top left. Pop those out and it comes right out. Okay guys, so this little white clip that I'm pointing to right here, slide this out and then disconnect it as well. This is going to be the actual control unit wire that we're going to be taking off. Now that we have everything disconnected, you have one more 15 torque screw. And then you have this that starts to come out, but remember it is connected to that wire that we just disconnected. So you want to make sure that the path of this wire doesn't tug on anything and won't get stuck on anything. So when we pull it out, you can see it comes out nice and clean. We kind of have to let it go. We have to guide it through because we do not want it to get ripped. These wires are super fragile, from at least what I think. They're super thin. Now we have access to our scroll wheel. So I originally ordered this single piece. It was about 10 bucks on eBay. It will be in the description. So I bought this one that I'm holding in my hand for about 10 bucks. I bought it, didn't look at the shipping, and it said it was going to come in October, which is in a month from when the video is recorded. Or try to cancel the order. It didn't let me, so this kept shipping to my house. It was supposed to come in October, and I decided to order this one. This one was a little bit more. I don't remember exactly how much, but this one comes with all the little tools that you need. So if you don't have a handy, you know, torque kit like this that has all the different sizes, you can buy this one, and it's the same exact. It's a little different. This silver thing, it's a little different, the actual piece that we're changing. And this one said the shipping was a lot faster, so I bought this one, and then they ended up being shipped at the same exact time. I'll keep it just in case it breaks again. But yeah, so I'll go ahead and show you what we're taking apart. What you're going to want to do is take all of these screws out. So you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 9 T9, so torque 9mm, I think is what it is. That's the size that you're going to need. Again, this kit will have everything you need, but I'm using this. So and if you can see, this part's kind of tough, okay? So if you can see, if we can get it to focus, you can see a little ridge right in there on the black plastic. You see the plastic under the actual scroll. You see there's one right there next to my thumb. Go a little bit further down. You see there's one more right there. A little bit further down. There's gonna be one more. And then further down, one more. So what you're gonna want to do, you want to push those in with the flathead while you're pulling on this round piece. The reason you want to push with the flathead, so I'm going to show you, you're going to want to push those little things in and down a little bit to kind of release that contact. And then while you're doing that, after you do that, you're going to want to push with your thumb in this cylinder thing, because these are two different pieces. It may look like one piece. This cylinder piece is a separate piece, and then this ring around is a separate piece. So this ring has to pop off. So once you get those unhooked, you're going to really, it's very tight, very tight. So I'm pushing in the middle with my thumb again and using my fingernails or fingers on the outside. You see how I'm kind of starting to unbuckle the silver. And you're going to want to do that everywhere until it pops out like that. Now I've done this before on this one, so I think I might have loosened it up or eased the plastic up a little bit, because the first time I did this, it was very hard. So then you pop off this. This is a little adhesive here. It's kind of sticked on. It's a little sticky, so try not to get this super dirty. Over here, you have one more little torque nut or torque screw, and I'm using an 8 here. It seems a little tighter or smaller. Keep this one separate, because this is a separate one from the ones that we took off. So again, after unscrewing that, this comes off. This top piece just slides off. Put this off to the side, we don't need it. This whole assembly, you want to take off, there's like a couple pieces here, they're all together. So you're going to kind of slide this whole piece off together just like that. It's stacked up into a couple different things. So just make sure it's facing the same way and just put it off to the side. So we know when we grab it back, we just slide it all right back on the same side. So it's not upside down or to the side.
Okay guys, so here I got my flathead, and shove it in between these two little plastic pieces and kind of leverage it, and pop it out of its little sockets. You see it's got two little sockets that hold every bit of these little plastic pieces, and there's 4 of them total. I'm going to speed it up here. First one was slow down so you can kind of see what was going on, but yeah, repeat it for all 4, and put them off to the side. And next up, what you'll see here is I have my flathead. There's a little slit in there. It's like a little hook. I'm putting it inside of that cutout, and trying to leverage and unhook these black moldings out, and they just slide right out. When you take them off, try and put them in the same assembly or order that they were on the actual console. Put them off to the side in the same order. That way when you come to put them back in, they are all in their original spots.
Okay guys, so now I'm at the main part. So once you take this out, if you look here, this is the part that we're placing. So this part here is supposed to be together, but they made it so fragile that once you scroll the wheel enough times, it just snaps. And you can see that I've glued it, tried to glue it back together with some epoxy, but it wasn't strong enough. Okay guys, so we're just gonna put this right back in. You can see the square. So line it together. Pretty tight fit. Put this back in. Put this back on top. Make sure that's all the way down. You can fit this thing back in here. And then we'll slide these things back in. And then these little pieces. This assembly that we took off before, just put all 3 of them back together, slide them back down in. Put this back on top. This just goes in here. Get the single screw, 8mm torque screw. Okay. So then you're going to want to align the little cutouts in the silver ring with the plastic molding. There we go. And then last, what we're going to do, all the screws here, we're just going to put them back inside. Okay guys, so I've got all the screws back in place. You're going to want to feed this wire through this hole right here. That is right down there, just like so. You can start seeing it poke out. There we go. And you're going to want to connect it back to this one right here. It's hard to do this with one hand. We can do it. Clicks in. Just shove it back onto its little brace right here. Just like so. And then just push the wire so it's out of the way. That way when you're moving your shifter and stuff, nothing's getting pinched, which it shouldn't. This back right here. And these, we are back to the size T15. So torque 15 millimeter, I think is what that stands for. Make sure it's tight. This thing ain't going nowhere. Okay, and then you can get your wood trim that goes on the outside. Click all of these pieces in. Be careful because these are wood. These are pieces of wood, so you don't want this to snap. Because I'm going to connect these. Remember, we took these connectors off, so I'm going to just connect these back in and then snap this back in. The same exact like I just snapped the wood trim in, but I'm just going to plug it up first. You're going to get your shifter knob, snug it all the way in, so push it all the way down. And then you're going to want to turn this so it doesn't come back out. It's kind of like a lock. You turn it to the left to let it come back out, and then you turn it to the right. And again, watch out for your plastics and stuff because you don't want this to get scratched. This also just gets massaged in, pushed in all corners. There you go. Everything's good to go. You're going to want to fit this in here, just like so. Make sure it clicks down in all the places. Okay, once it feels like it's all clicked, you'll get your last screw, and this one goes right over here. Back in, and we're done. So now let's go ahead and get the keys, left and right. You can see we're going down, scrolling left, scrolling right. All right, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you liked it, if it helped you, please put a like, subscribe. Again, I'm going to keep updated links in the description of the part that I replaced. I would suggest just buying the new part and not trying to glue it back like I did the first time, because it did not last. And it's better to get the aluminum part that that for sure will not snap, because they're a lot stronger than that little brittle plastic. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed it. You guys have a good night, and God bless.